Salute and greetings. Black light. Now this is the difference. This is Black Lives Matter. Many of y'all don't believe that Black Lives Matter is staged by the government. See, the government want to bring on a race war right now. See, if the government was to bring on a race war right now, the black man is not prepared. Half of them don't believe that it is a race war. Half of them believe that it's more like a civil war. But it's really a race war and civil war combined, but they're fronting off the black man. And this is King Alpha plan, in effect, to depopulate the planet, but to also depopulate the black people first. And this is planned. Everything you see on YouTube, if the leaders are not talking about either separation and building a government for themselves, or to take over rule, and we're not prepared to rule. We too unorganized. We got to have one mind to rule. Let's get into this. I'm going to show you the difference between yesterday and today, but first starting with Black Lives Matter.
Exactly a month into this protest movement, and they march on the streets of Detroit every single day. An attempt to keep alive the issue of racism and policing. They have a message for the city's police chief.
You see this? There's no justice, no peace. This is not going to stop. We are not stopping anytime soon. You guys are waiting for us to get tired, and we're not going to get tired. I can promise you that.
Detroit, which is 80% black, has a deeply troubled history of race relations.
Blazed across the nation. In the words of the mayor of Detroit, we aim to pacify Vietnam, but we still can't pacify the American people.
It's now more than 50 years on, and yet the stories and the grievances are the same. We met Colvin on the march.
Now, that young brother there, I'm a Detroiter, born and raised in Detroit, 1946. This is staged right here. You know, all this is staged propaganda, and it's a scheme. But we had Mayor Coleman Young, and he divided up equally the police, 50% black police, 50% white police, but eventually it was majority black police, and he was mayor for 20 years until the Boule got in there. You know, the Boule and which Jesse is, these Boule brothers, staging these protesters. You know, it's all a gimmick. And Chief Craig, he all right, you know. He following, you know, what he should do. Yes, some racist cops on the police force, but they get dealt with. You know, Mayor Young dealt with two of them when the Malice Green murder. So you got to be you got to have vision, inner vision, to see that all this is planned out. And this is a lie right here. Them two guys right there, them white people don't belong in Detroit. You just got through telling you it was 80% black, so it should have been the majority blacks marching if they was dissatisfied. You see the majority white people. I don't know where they come from. This is all fake. This whole election is fake, and And you can see the unraveling of fakeness. Just like with Nipsey. You can see that's a cover-up right there. Just like Epstein. The hanging of Epstein. You can see they're covering that up. They're covering up all this stuff. They've been covering up. 9/11. 9/11. The Twin Towers. Cover up. The shooting of Kennedy. Cover up. King. Cover up. Malcolm. Cover up. Khalid. Cover up. They making too many mistakes. But they counting on that y'all young ones is too deaf, dumb, and blind to see what's going on. I'm going to go out with how we rolled in Detroit. Check how we did it, and it's going to go out with that. George Floyd, Breonna, cover up. All nothing but cover-ups. That's so many, man. I can't name them all in this brief time. But let's continue where we left off at. We're going to go out with this.
That he speaks for the people of Detroit. I have to say that in Detroit, that there were over 600,000 Negroes in Detroit, and certainly they did not participate in any riots. Reverend Klieg has stated that the only thing that the riot proved was that the Negroes could uprise, and it did not prove anything because it was fought to a standstill. And I think that he made a statement if he had help from other Negro leaders like Carmichael and Rap Brown, that certainly it would not be a standstill and they would have won. Now I asked him, what did the Negro community want? The Negro community has come forward to the police department, Detroit, and asked for more police protection. They want protection. They have asked for more community programs, and I'm happy to say that in our letter to the police commissioner, we too have requested more police community relations, and I think that they are about to set up a storefront system in Detroit where patrolmen will be involved in it, where they will be talking to the people in the community. But at the same time, when we are charged with defending ourselves, certainly we are here in defense of the police department. We're here in defense of all policemen.
Reverend Klieg, excuse me, Reverend Klieg.
I'd like to answer the Reverend also.
He is the one that advocated that the police department join Rifle Club so they could get superior weapons to kill black people during the next revolution. Now,
I would like to answer him. Reverend Klieg, let me just...
to understand the basic issue which is still being avoided in Detroit.
You're avoiding my questions, Reverend Klieg.
Has advocated superior weapons for the white police department, the Army of Occupation. He has advocated $9 million, and I'd like to have a witness say something about the Stoner rifle, which is the most deadly weapon ever conceived, that is now being purchased in huge quantities by the Detroit Police Department. And I'd like to ask Reverend Charles Butler, who's the pastor of the New Calvary Baptist Church and the chairman of the Defense Committee of the Interfaith Emergency Council, to say a word on this Stoner rifle, which the Detroit Police Department is getting together.
I'd like to answer him on something he's talking about.
Wait just a minute. Let's get the Reverend's colleague here. But Reverend, please keep that little thing in your ear. I'm having difficulty asking you questions. But go ahead and let the gentleman comment about the weapon.
Reverend Butler, talk about that weapon that they get together.
One of the reasons the heat is raised in Detroit and will probably remain high is the Stoner rifle requested for purchase by the Detroit Police Department. This rifle is a combat assault weapon, caliber .223, extremely accurate.
50 years ago.
As a fully automatic weapon, with a muzzle velocity of 3,300 feet per second and a range of 1.5 miles. It has been demonstrated as capable of piercing incredible thickness of both soft steel and masonry. The bullet begins to tumble upon impact with target, boring, tearing, shocking.